Alright, let's dive into something that's been making waves across Pakistan and beyond. Here's the deal: Imran Khan, the former Prime Minister, has now spent 3 years in jail, and the fallout is intense. Protests are erupting nationwide, with over 100 of his supporters arrested. But what's really going on here? Is this just about one man's imprisonment, or is there something deeper at play? Let's break it down. First off, the sheer scale of these protests is striking. From Peshawar to Karachi, thousands are taking to the streets, demanding Khan's release. Personally, I think this isn't just about loyalty to a political figure, it's a reflection of broader frustration with the current political climate in Pakistan. Imran Khan, love him or hate him, has always been a polarizing figure. But his imprisonment has clearly struck a chord with a significant portion of the population. What makes this really interesting is how his party, Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, PTI, is framing this as a fight against injustice and oppression. They're not just asking for his release, they're demanding it, and they've even set a deadline, September 27th, for the government to act. If they don't, they're threatening a march on Islamabad. That's bold, and it shows just how high the stakes are. Now, let's talk about the government's response. Police have been using tear gas, batons, and arrests to disperse protesters. In my opinion, this heavy-handed approach could backfire. When you see videos of rapid response forces clashing with demonstrators, or journalists being allegedly thrashed, it doesn't exactly paint the government in a good light. It raises a deeper question: is this about maintaining law and order, or is it an attempt to silence dissent? From my perspective, the way a government handles protests says a lot about its commitment to democracy. And right now, Pakistan's handling of this situation is under a microscope. Another detail I find fascinating is the role of international organizations like Amnesty International. They've called out the Pakistani authorities for allegedly denying Khan a fair trial, subjecting him to solitary confinement, and limiting his access to medical care. If you take a step back and think about it, this isn't just a domestic issue anymore. It's drawing global attention, and that puts pressure on the government to address these allegations. What this really suggests is that Khan's case isn't just about politics, it's about human rights, due process, and the rule of law. And that's something the international community takes very seriously. But here's where it gets even more complicated. Khan's party claims the cases against him are politically motivated, while the Shehbaz Sharif-led government denies this. Personally, I think there's probably truth on both sides. Politics in Pakistan is notoriously messy, and it's no secret that leaders often use the legal system to target their opponents. At the same time, Khan isn't exactly a saint, he's faced multiple cases, and some of those allegations need to be addressed. What many people don't realize is that this isn't just a battle between two political factions, it's a battle for the narrative. Who gets to define what's happening here? Is it a fight for justice, or a power grab? That's the million-dollar question. One thing that immediately stands out is the role of Khan's family and party leaders in all this. His sister, Imran Khan, has vowed to continue the movement for his release, and PTI leaders like Muniz Elahi are raising concerns about his treatment in prison. They claim his health is deteriorating, and he's being denied basic rights. Whether or not you're a Khan supporter, these are serious allegations that deserve scrutiny. In my opinion, if even a fraction of these claims are true, it's a damning indictment of the prison system and the government's handling of high-profile detainees. So, where does this leave us? Personally, I think this situation is a powder keg. The protests, the arrests, the international scrutiny, it's all building up to something. If the government doesn't find a way to de-escalate, things could get ugly. But at the same time, Khan's supporters aren't backing down. They've set a deadline, and they're willing to march on the capital if their demands aren't met. This raises a deeper question: can Pakistan afford this level of political instability right now? The country is already facing economic challenges, and this kind of turmoil isn't helping. In closing, I'll leave you with this thought: Imran Khan's imprisonment isn't just a legal issue, it's a litmus test for Pakistan's democracy. How the government handles this, how the judiciary responds, and how the people react will shape the country's future. Personally, I'm going to be watching this very closely, because what happens next could have far-reaching implications. What do you think? Is this a fight for justice, or something else entirely? Let me know in the comments below.